Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a special video for you today. It's been a little while since I've done a Yu-Gi-Oh video, and I didn't even do any hobby video at all last week. But I've been working on this, and I'm happy to bring it to you guys. So obviously, with COVID restrictions lifting, my local store has started continuing, card games at the shop. I haven't gone to play Yu-Gi-Oh yet. I've stuck mostly to Cardfight Vanguard, but I have updated my deck IRL. And I think I am ready to go and hit my locals. So I wanted to show you guys my deck build, which this is it. I play Cyber Artifacts. And I've got a couple ranked matches that I played on Dueling Nexus that I wanted to show you guys. And I want you guys to tell me if you think that my deck is tournament ready. If you guys think I should change up a couple things, try some other techs, let me know. Budget really doesn't bother me that much. I can grab most cards. And I just want to play as best as I can. But let's jump into these games. I'm going to give you guys some live commentary, and let me know what you think. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, for this one we went second. No, we went first. Aha. We won the rock, paper, scissors, and chose to go first. This is a pretty bad opening hand. We got no stars in our opening hand. But opening up a couple of artifact cards and a Droll and Lopper is actually not bad. So we set Sanctum. We set Moral Tech. Oh my god. Now, we ended up playing against an Odd Eyes deck. Odd Eyes is nothing too crazy. I double checked Odd Eyes' effect because I know Odd Eyes gives him a search. And again, I have the Droll and Lockbird, so as soon as he gets his first search, Droll and Lockbird's going to kick in. He plays Sky Iris, pops his own card to search from the deck. I obviously don't want to activate Sanctum yet, so I know more or less what he's going to do. We Droll and Lockbird him, so no more searches for the rest of the turn. Now, if we were going second, we actually could have made a pretty cool play off of the Cyber Dragon and the Cyber Repair Plant by special summoning the Cyber Dragon and going from there. But we actually activate Sanctum here, so that way he can't get any of the Pendulum monsters back from the extra deck. We put Scythe in defense mode just because we don't know what other craziness he wants to do. But not being able to search and not being able to summon from his extra deck pretty much neutered his plays for the turn. Oh, a little bit different in this match that I normally don't do is I included the portion where I side deck, so that way you guys can see what I side deck in, what I side deck out, and why. So that'd be cool too. This was a little bit scary. He summoned 3 level 7 monsters with 2,500 apiece. So we ended up taking $5,000 to the face. It's a lot. 1,000 more we would have been in a really bad spot. But now we get the core, and honestly, with no back row, we just go off. Oh yeah, this thing negates its effects. I forgot. So we end up linking the core away to Amirage, just to get a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. We use Repair Plant. We search Galaxy Soldier. And now we discard the other Cyber Dragon to summon Galaxy Soldier. The reason we went for this play is because it was the safest play we can make at this point in time. We get our early Galaxy Soldier, we link into Anaconda. Bam. Anaconda. Red Eyes Fusion. We get Dragoon. I think Dragoon is broken. Dragoon should be banned, but that is just me. Now we get to take out 2 of his monsters, hit him for 5k. And we still get to attack over his other monster. He wants to get a search. We decided not to negate. Just because I knew we weren't going to have a monster in hand to have a negate during his turn. double check this thing's effect. It's nothing too scary. Now, I did this just to make Dragoon a little bit bigger, to make Dragoon a little bit harder to kill, and to get rid of that Anaconda out of the extra monster zone, because he could have swung over it with anything with 1500 or more and I would have immediately died. But now he needs to get something with 5000 or more in order to actually kill us. He gets rid of the Lancer Dragon to keep the Odd Eyes Dragon on the field. Actually, that's Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Yep, and then he gets the other one from the extra deck. Uses Skyrise to pop his own monster. He's kind of screws himself here. He doesn't have there's not a whole lot of ways to get rid of a Dragoon like this. I'm sitting on 4K, can't be targeted, can't be destroyed. Unless he could, like, take control of it without targeting it. There aren't very many ways to get rid of it. He summons level 8, 2 level 7s. Plays the fusion spell in his hand. Oh, he links first. Links an absolute zero dragon, and then he uses Odd Eyes Fusion to make Vortex. Sorry, I recorded these like last week, and I'm doing the commentary now. Gets a Raging Dragon, and then uses that to make Raging Dragon an actual level 7 as opposed to a rank 7, and then he overlays them. He unfortunately can't get over Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, so he ends up swinging into it, basically nuking his own board and basically ending the game. He surrenders, and we go into side decking for game 2. Obviously, he's playing a Pendulum deck, so I can deal with his searches if I can completely shut down the Pendulum mechanic, which is why I took out the Drone Lockbirds for the Cosmic Cyclones. I also take out... What did I take out? I took out Cyberload Fusion. I can live without Cyberload Fusion to put in Imperial Order, because if I have Imperial Order face up, he can't set any Pendulum Scales, he can't Pendulum Summon. Basically shutting down his deck. I open up this hand going first, and it's basically a wrap. We play Core, no hand trap. Machine Duplication, you guys know what's coming. With just those two cards, that's Infinity and Dragoon. We then get Almirage, overlay into Nova. Detach. We already have previous target with the core, so we bring back the Cyber Dragon. And if we were going to get Nibiru, it has to be right here. In which case we have Mechaba in our extra deck, which we would have summoned. But now we're safe because we have Infinity. We end up using Anaconda to get out Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and then we absorb the Anaconda, leaving him with no targets to mess with our board. And we have an overflow with 3 more cards in hand. That's a little bit of a misplay there. I should have used the Repair Plant because I actually run 2 in the deck. So now if I get another Repair Plant, I can't use it. I probably would have been better off using it right there to get Galaxy Soldier now as opposed to banking on it later. Now I have 2 Omni Negates on board. I'm trying to be very picky choosing on what I negate. Since I only have the 2, I do still have a Destruction. I let him get his Allure off. These are actually Odd Eyes cards I don't recognize. Well, I recognize the first one. This one's a no to me. But I ran its Pendulum effect. It wasn't much for me to worry about. As a matter of fact, as soon as he activates it, I hit him with Overload and I just pop both cards. I didn't want them to become a problem later. So now he has to set a whole new Pendulum scale. This one I decided to negate, getting me Nova in the grave. This one I also decided to negate. Oh, I didn't negate. The next one I negate, I'm sorry. And I get a search off of Hertz now. The one last Cyber Dragon we had. Our opponent ended up leaving the game. Obviously, we won that one pretty convincingly. Quick 2-0. The next game, we have another match. It's a little bit longer because it was a bit more of a grindy deck. But let's jump in and check it out. Again, Pendulum's Odd Eyes aren't the most competitive deck, but I just wanted to show a little bit of what my deck can do. Alright, now for this matchup, we had also won the rock, paper, scissors, but this time we chose to go second. Unfortunately, we did open up the brick that is the Dark Magician, but it's fine. Yep, we ended up playing against Skull Server. But this guy actually knew what he was doing. He actually gave us a nice little run for our money. So we've got a pretty decent hand to start making some plays with. We start out by special summoning Cyber Dragon. Summon up Hertz. Special summon going to Anaconda. Bang. Hertz gets us a Cyber Dragon. We end up grabbing the Cyber Dragon from the grave so we don't lose machine dupe targets. No. Oh. This is where I messed up. Yep. By doing that, I locked myself out of Dragoon. I can't make Dragoon now. But in this case, I was actually going for game since I went second. Because now I'm going to Seeger, and then I use Predator Plant to make Rampage, attempting to close the game out here. Let's make it with the bare minimum, 2 monsters. Leave an extra in case I need to bring him back later. Now we send 2. Now, he hasn't stopped any of my plays, so I think everything's good. I even ditched Jizukiru. But I didn't realize what that monster on the board actually does. So I doubled my monster attack points to 42. I should have attacked with the Seeger first. Whoops. Actually, I don't think it would have mattered. He tributes it, and it lowers the attack points of my monster by my monster's level times, I think, 200. Something like that. And then he lowers it again. So, yeah. If I attacked with Seeger first, I might have been able to do something. But by lowering my monster attack points so much, I couldn't get the kill. We had a little back and forth. He thought he wasn't supposed to take damage from the monster that I attacked with, but a lot of people forget that it's only Seeger that can't do damage when he uses his effect. Yeah, this guy was also running Mega Fleet, so he contact fused my Seeger and my Anaconda. I was very, very upset. Very, very upset. You don't see that card a whole lot. And then I also realized this misplay too. He made an Anima, and I had put in Rampage right in front of the extra monster zone. Like I said, I was trying to go for game, so I wasn't thinking about the future. I had a mistake I will not repeat. He banishes 3 monsters. I believe he summons the King of the Skull Servants from the deck. Yep. He's got 5 monsters in the grave, so that bad boy is huge. Huge. Now, with the amount of damage he has on board, it's basically game. But we actually had the Sanctum face down. So, we special summon Moral Attack. Moral Attack, for anybody that doesn't know, when it's summoned during your opponent's turn, lets you destroy one of your opponent's face-up cards. So we actually kill this King of the Skull Servants, and Moral Attack can take another attack for us. So we basically super nerfed the amount of damage we were supposed to take, since we had already taken 2,000 damage ourselves. Bam. that was the draw of the century. We end up using Galaxy Soldier and Hertz. Galaxy Soldier gets us another Galaxy Soldier. Hertz gets us a Cyber Dragon. This is another small misplay I made. I could have made a much more advantageous play there. If I had grabbed the core, I could have summoned the core, grabbed emergency, cyber emergency, used cyber emergency to get another light machine, and then still summon the Galaxy Soldier and continued my play, but I would have had the extra monster on the board, and I could have actually contact fused with his anima. Because of that, play went a little different. I didn't think about it until after the fact. Instead, we just summon the Galaxy Soldier. Go into Nova. I was having a little issue with my mouse, sorry. See, here's another misplay I made. I could have actually used Nova to grab Naxter. Naxter could have grabbed the Seeger, and then I could have contact fused with the Naxter. And that would be able to do a lot more of an impressive turn. So we end up going into Infinity. Nope. We absorb Mega Fleet since we can't contact fuse the Mega Fleet. We go to battle phase. Granted, I already had enough damage on board to win, but those are just two alternate plays I could have made. There we do 27 damage and we take game 1. Now, because of how well the deck played against what he was trying to do, I actually didn't feel the need to change out anything out of my deck. He was doing some searching, so Droll would be fine if I needed to use it. Impermanence is Impermanence. It would have been a really good card if I had been able to use it against King of the Skull Servants. Not to mention the fact that I also had, the artifact stuff. So I decided not to side deck and go into game 2. He took a little bit. Probably wanted to decide more contact fusing stuff. And this time, because he lost, he decides to make us go first. And we kind of open up a little bit of bonkers. Now, unfortunately, because of the way this turns out, with us having Red Ice Fusion in hand, it means that we actually can't use Red Ice Fusion for the rest of the turn. Unfortunate. But by opening up Emergency and then being able to search Repair Plant, we're basically allowed to still make a pretty good board by going into Almirage, using Repair Plant to get Galaxy Soldier, and we already have Hertz in hand. In hindsight, I probably would have been better off getting a card like Overflow to be able to have a trap card to back up my Infinity. My mistake. But because I already had the Hertz in hand, I didn't need to search it. But now we have a play for next turn, should this turn not go well. Galaxy Soldier and Galaxy Soldier. Nova doing Nova things. I decided not to use Nova's effect because of the fact that I know this guy's running Mega Fleet. So I don't want to leave Cyber Dragons on the board. I don't want him to end up using something like Fortress Dragon and just ruining my day. So I just go into Infinity and I end up just passing turn. Now, the way my board is set up right now is actually really, really bad. I set the emergency as a bluff. That being, it should have been an overflow if I had used my brain. But as soon as this turn starts, we end up using Almirage on Infinity, so that way it's protected from destruction, and he can't contact fuse it with my extra deck monster right away. That would have been bad. He hits us with a Dark World Dealings. We discard the Imperm, and then we actually hit him with the Droll. So he's drolled out of the turn. He actually just sets a monster and passes turn. Now, we can do some things with Cyber Dragon Core, but we opt to just get Dragoon out. Now we got our double. We got our double negate. We use the emergency to get the hurt so we can get a search if we end up having 2 Dragoon. Destroy his monster, which Mizuki is a great card. And then we just swing for what we have, which is 57. Bloop. Bloop. For everybody that didn't realize, the reason I didn't summon Core is because of Red Eyes Fusion. If you play Red Eyes Fusion from hand, you actually can't summon any other monsters for the rest of the turn. Or for that turn at all. This pissed me off. He summoned a Skull Servant just to go into Linkuriboh just to contact fuse my Infinity. It's pissed. It's a really solid way to just get rid of an Infinity. I have to see if... let me know in the comments if you guys know for sure, because I don't actually know 100% for sure. Does Relinquish Anima target? Because if it doesn't target, he could have went into Anima off of the Skull Servant, took my Dragoon, and then contact fuse, and I would have been up Shit's Creek without a paddle. Now he uses Right Prince. I don't know what a lot of these cards do. I just know the whole point is to get out King of the Skull Servants and swing for game. So, I did see that at this point he was going to try and bring out King of the Skull Servants. What I didn't realize is that it's not a hard once per turn. So I negated it to prevent him from bringing it out. But then he just goes and activates it again. So he banishes 3, summons King of the Skull Servant from the deck. It's only got 1,000, but now he goes a little crazy. Special summons from the banish. He actually had this thing. I didn't know people even played this. I think it's limited to 1. Braille from a different dimension. I could be wrong there. But he basically puts 3 monsters back into his grave, bumping up King of the Skull Servants to 4K. Now, I'm feeling okay because no matter what he does, he can't kill me. But he's just over here just trying to fill his graveyard. We decided to ditch the Cyber Dragon and keep the Jizukiru just as a good, just get rid of his monster. And he's just going and going, man. Unfortunately, he can't target my monster, so by doing that, he was forced to lower his own monster's attack power. If he hadn't activated that, we probably would have lost the game. Because all he had to do was just swing with all his monsters. But now we get to come back and do some craziness. So we start off by using Core Engrave to special summon from the deck. Core's gone. So we summon out Naxter. Naxter summons out Nova. Nova then turns itself into an Infinity. Bam. Infinity is going to take King of the Skull Servants. I negated it so he didn't summon out another Linkuriboh. He used Linkuriboh in his graveyard to tribute the King of the Skull Servants, so I didn't get the absorb. But now we contact fuse to make our Mega Fleet. Summon out Core. Summon Jizukiru. Doop. Special summon again. And then proceed to battle phase. Take out Lady of Right, and then swing for game. And that is how we won the second game. Anyway, guys, that's the deck. That's some stuff that it does. It recovers very well. It can break boards very well. Obviously, those are two opponents didn't really make massive board setups. But between all the different variations of contact fusing, it can play very well through a couple of negates. I think the most I've ever played through is like 3. And that's 3 Omni negates. If it's Speller Trap or Monster Effect, it's a lot more flexible to play around. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like. Subscribe if you guys are new. I do card game videos every Friday. Sometimes I bounce to Cardfight Vanguard. Sometimes I do Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys want to check me out on social media, those links will also be down below. That's it for me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Later.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning.